15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the foot.
Okay, there was a lot that went wrong today. There wasn't a lot that didn't go wrong today. Offense was horrible for most of the entire game. You take after those first two touchdowns in the beginning of the game to the end of the game, the offense played terribly. Even in overtime, given 20 yards. What's the rule now? 20, 25 yards. You have 25-yard field there. We still find a way to go backwards. I mean, it's insane how terrible the offense was. Robbie didn't actually play bad, in my opinion. Robbie actually had a pretty solid game. Receivers played pretty well, but, offensive line played terrible. So they weren't given much time to get separation. Play calling was atrocious. Atrocious. The biggest example of it was at the end of the game when fourth and about half a yard, actually, is what it looked like to me. You run out there with a heavy set. I think it was 13 personnel, 3 tight ends in the game. I don't even think we had a fullback in there. Run a dive play. When you have this, Robbie's a pretty big guy. He don't look big, but he's a pretty big guy. Sneak that. I mean, I could live with it if he didn't get it after we sneaked it. Defense played pretty well. I mean, granted, a lot of Missouri's offense pertained into how well we played on defense. Missouri's offense was terrible for the majority of the game up until the end on that last drive when their offense was pretty solid. But defense played pretty well outside of missed tackles. Missed tackles was a big issue that we're going to have to get this week. And overall, I'm starting to work my way over to the other side of the coaching change. This game was almost completely on coaching. These are Harson's guys. Harson's guys are calling the plays. There's no excuses for the coaching today. People who say we didn't have enough talent, this is his talent. Majority of these guys that played today are guys that he recruited, especially quarterback-wise. Defense has got a lot of transfers in it that we brought in recent years. There's absolutely no excuse for Harson's performance today. So I think it may be time to make a change. And if you're like me, you're not of the opinion that he's a bad coach. He's just a bad fit. Number one, like I said, not a fit here. Number two, I don't think he's an SEC head coach. Number three, he's not for the South. He's going to struggle on the recruiting trail down here. I think he gets another job Midwest, maybe West Coast, maybe even East Coast. Anywhere but down here against Nick Saban, I think he can have success. I even think at Arizona State he could have success out there in the Pac-12. He could probably compete every year, win 9-10 games out there. It's just here. Not a good fit. Not a good fit. Hasn't been a good fit from the start. I don't think he understood what he got himself into when he took the job. I just think it may be time to move on, bring in a guy who knows the South like he should. And Ken Folk, that's about the size of it. I mean, bad performance. Maybe we can turn it around. War Damn Eagle.
Selena, go!
Oh.
Stop!